I've often been told the difference between a student that comes from San Jose State and maybe a different university is that when you interview and hire a San Jose State student, they come with a shovel in their hand. In other words, they come ready to work. I think faculty members prepare their students for internships by giving them applied skills.
I learned all my programming here.
They've been helpful with deciding on when and what classes to take.
There's a lot of professors that really focus on getting you the information you need to ace those interviews.
The resources are here for students, and it's up to us to go pursue them.
The way that we can prepare our students for those cutting-edge internships is by creating applied projects. Right now, we have so many nonprofits in the area that can benefit from the expertise of our students. These are perfect applied projects that we can be addressing right now and getting our students ready for those internships where you are going to be paid and where you are going to have quite a bit of responsibility. Internships are vital for college students. You don't know exactly what you want to do after graduation unless you've test-driven your education.
I came across the internship through one of the emails Dr. Pierce sent out, and through that I applied and I ended up getting my internship. I think the scary part was when they asked me, what projects have you done so far? And coming in with no previous technical experiences, I thought that was a really scary question to be asked.
I feel like networking played a huge role in me obtaining my internship. As far as my career goes, I think I'm in the right place. What I do for Dell has to do with information security, and Dell provides a lot of room for growth and advancement in your career. So I plan on staying with Dell for a good amount of time. I feel like a student that wants to obtain an internship definitely has to get involved, and that means going to the job fairs, competing in the hackathons, joining the CS club. Getting involved that way will help you market yourself to employers.
During college, I think internships are really important. It's one of those things that if you've never had it, you wouldn't know what you're missing out on. Going into my internship, or 2 summers now, I have experience working with people on a team, experience with real life code, actually programming in a real life atmosphere. No matter how many times you program in class, you always just think it's an assignment.
I didn't know what I was doing for like maybe the first 2 weeks. One of the interns was actually a grad student, so I definitely was not on equal footing with him. But he seemed pretty confused too. I definitely learned how to like work with a team. It was like a new experience. I think everyone should definitely try to get an internship.
I had internship in Apple and Cisco. I find more interesting to work in a small team than in a large company. To make internships is very important.
Obviously, the culture of San Jose State is different than, say, the culture of UC Berkeley, is different than the culture of Stanford. So I think that it's important when you are looking for that internship to first look to see, do you fit their culture? Secondly, can you communicate what you know? Can you communicate your skills? Can you communicate what you can do for the corporation whose culture now you fit?
Each company looks for something different in their intern. A lot of companies just want somebody that's friendly and willing to learn. Others actually want an intern that knows a little bit about the position that they're being offered and can actually help them develop a product or just contribute in certain ways.
I have gained experience with working with product managers, which I didn't know existed before. I thought that was a really surprising thing to have non-technical people work with technical people, and how the terms that go among them is really simple yet complex at the same time.
I've never been afraid to ask questions. And so what I think is important is people, young people, maybe sometimes they have problems, so people with a certain culture where maybe they don't like, they think to ask that asking questions can can be bad, but no, ask question, ask more.
It's that whole feeling of just being in the industry, having a boss that will give you things to do but not tell you how to do it. That's one of the main things in the industry. Working with other people, of course, networking. You go to meetings, you get involved within the company. Those things, you can't teach somebody how to do that. You have to be in industry to learn how to do that.
I think I'm good with people, so I was able to interview pretty well. So I think that's the main reason I got it.
One thing that school cannot really emulate as well as a real life situation is the interactions with your coworkers when they're very different ages. For example, at my internship, I was the youngest person there. I was like 18, 19, and my coworkers would be like high 30s. So there was definitely a generation gap, but you find ways to communicate with them, work together, and get the job done.
Meet people, meet the real people. Don't live just inside the campus. Try to go out to meet people at the expo, but not just if you are going to when you talk to maybe to a bartender. Try to create a connection with people.
I'm an alum of San Jose State, and what I feel made that education different than if I had gone anywhere else and I had the qualifications to go to other universities in the area. But I selected San Jose State because I knew that when I came out, I would have applicable skills that the Valley needed. Plus, here at San Jose State, we're in the heart of Silicon Valley. If you look in our backyard, we have some of the major technical players sitting just a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles away from us. So I think that puts us in a space and a place to do great things.
I think for now it's a little bit harder because a lot of companies aren't willing to take interns, especially from San Jose State. I think Cisco is now just beginning to really offer those internships to San Jose State students. So if we can get more companies involved, I feel like we can make it a requirement, and that'll give our students that edge over the other universities going into those programs in that industry that they want to be in.